Coach Smits, and you're watching Hawk's Eye View.
Welcome back to the worldwide leader of all things Hanahan. I'm Molly Ducker. It's Friday, January 26th, and you're watching Hawk's Eye View. I'm sure we're all familiar with the parking here at Hanahan. Sometimes the lots can get full and you can't find a good place to park. Good thing HEV Zone Sydney Charles knows all about parking here at HHS.
We all know parking on campus can be a challenge, but it is important to know exactly where you need to park.
Biggest challenge with parking right now is the fact that we are flat out of tags. We've sold all of the tags that we had printed and we literally have no more. So on a daily basis now, if you don't have a tag, we are walking through the parking lot and taking note of who's parking on campus, either without a tag, period, or just doesn't have their tag displayed.
All students need a parking pass to use a space on campus. Those spaces have 2 long lines and an empty middle. You can park on the grass along a street, but you cannot park in the grass in the parking lot, nor can you park in the spaces in between the handicap spots.
The last warning that's being put out about it, you could start facing citations and/or vehicles being towed. City ordinance parking tickets are starting out at $25 and going on up from there. If you feel like you parked properly and still issued a citation, then that's what court's for. You can come to court and talk to a judge about it.
Tickets can be expensive, and Officer Scott will now be giving them to students who do not park in the correct spots or those who park without a parking pass. So make sure you come to school early to find the right spot for you. I'm Sydney Charles for Hawk's Eye View. Now back to you, Molly, in the studio.
Thanks, Sydney. We told you last week that we have a Spirit Week coming up. Well, next week is here, and here's everything you need to know. This year's Coming Home Week will start this Monday, January 29th. Monday will be Character Day. Dress up like any character. Could be Marvel or DC, Disney, or even a character from a book. On Tuesday, it will be Student-Teacher Swap. Dress up like your favorite teacher, and teachers dress up like a student. On Wednesday, it will be Rhyme Without a Reason. Team up with a friend and dress rhyming without reason like Hannah Montana and Banana. Thursday will be Throwback/Decades. Dress like your favorite decade. And Friday will be Class Colors. Freshmen are gray, sophomores are white, juniors are orange, and seniors are blue. Also, on Friday, there will be a pep rally between first and second blocks. Along with the fun Spirit Week starting next Monday, we will also have SOAR. So make sure you remember we have a change of days for SOAR. Instead of our normal SOAR on Thursday, we will have SOAR on Monday, January 29th. It's been a while since we've introduced you to one of our new teachers here on campus. So I think it's about time we brought back Habiba Muhammad with her new teacher profile of Miss Gant.
Thanks, Molly, and welcome back, guys, to our new teacher segment. I know it's been a while, but I'm back here in the dungeon to introduce you to our new Spanish teacher, Miss Gant.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Gant, and I'm your new Spanish teacher.
Miss Gant is from Brazil, so she doesn't only speak English, she speaks Spanish and Portuguese.
Yes, well, my country is, I believe it's an interesting country just because I love it and I'm from there. But what I find most interesting and unique about Brazil is that its people are so welcoming. Like us Brazilians are very warm and welcoming, and we don't meet a stranger. And the cultural diversity in Brazil, it's just unique. And I love that about my country.
So he will circle only the ones, all right?
Miss Gant is married and has 4 daughters. She also has 2 pets, her English bulldog named Rocky and her cat Stella.
Muy bien. Now remember, inside circle, you're asking the question, AJ, and you're answering them, okay?
Miss Gant graduated from White Knoll School in Lexington, South Carolina. After graduation, she went to Newberry College for 2 years, then transferred to the University of South Carolina, where she earned her bachelor's degree in political science. She has 2 master's degrees. One of them is in curriculum, instruction, and assessments. Also, a master's in early childhood education. Did y'all know that Miss Gant has been teaching for 7 years? She also had another career before she started teaching. So, let's hear more from her about that.
So prior to teaching, I was in the finance industry. I worked at a credit union. I wasn't really happy where I was. It wasn't fulfilling. And my husband was in education. So seeing how satisfied he was with what he was doing in the classroom kind of made me believe that maybe I could do this as well. Maybe I could find that passion in education like he did. So Spanish was my go-to thing, not only because of that, but also there's a shortage of Spanish teachers. So that was kind of my into the classroom, and I absolutely love it.
Okay, we have to practice these. ¿De dónde eres?
I like to make jewelry. I love to make handmade jewelry. So when I'm doing that, I also love to watch crime shows. Love to watch what I call murder mysteries. So that's my guilty pleasure.
Adios. Adios.
I really enjoyed getting to know you more, Ms. Gant, and I hope you all did as much as I do.
I'm Mrs. Gant, and thank you.
I'm Habia Muhammad for Hawk's Eye View. Now back to you, Molly, in the studio.
Thanks, Habiba. Miss Gant obviously nailed her audition to become the new Spanish teacher. But if you're looking to audition for the new school play, check this out. Our theater department here at Hanahan is holding auditions for their newest play, A Wrinkle in Time. They will be held on February 2nd and 5th at 4:15 p.m. in the auditorium. All positions are currently open, so if you're even slightly interested in performing on stage, shoot your shot. The weather has been super cold recently, and the perfect way to stay warm in cool weather is a blanket. Good thing the prom committee has us covered, literally. Our prom committee here at Hanahan is selling blankets to help fundraise for the best prom yet. They are comfy, cute, and soft. If you would like to purchase one, it's not too late. See Miss Middleton in room 308 in the JK building. The blankets will be $30 for the 50 by 60 and $35 for the 60 by 70.
And now, here's Coffee Talk with Mari.
Bro, I've been telling you this for the 400th time. You know I don't drink coffee. I don't drink mochas. I don't drink frappuccinos. I don't drink iced coffee. I don't even drink black coffee. Oh, you know that famous African-American jazz player Duke Ellington? Well, his first name wasn't actually Duke. It was Luther. I don't know why, but it was Luther. Bro, I don't even drink coffee.
Thanks, Mari. I'm really looking forward to the next Coffee Talk. You know what else I'm looking forward to? Cheering on our Hawk basketball team. And Student Council has the perfect way to participate in the school spirit. Stuco will be selling rally towels and whiteout shirts for the big home game on Friday, February 2nd versus Philip Simmons. The rally towels will be $3 and the t-shirts will be $5. The merch will be sold next week on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday during all 3 lunches. So make sure you buy a shirt or a towel to cheer on our Hawk athletes. Speaking of our athletes here at Hanahan, I know the perfect person who knows all about them. So let's send it over to Veda Berry in the HEV Sports Center to give us a rundown on all things Hawk sports. Thanks, Molly. This past Friday, our basketball teams had a matchup against the Beaufort Eagles on our home court. The girls went into this game with a region record of 1-1, hoping to get ahead of the competition. Here, Camden Lawson drives the ball down court while Alicia Meadows helps her out with a screen to provide a window for the 3. Here, a key player, Bree Johnson, steals the ball from the Eagles' offense, then passes it off to Alicia, who gives it to Nakaya Haygood for the layup. Bree Johnson averages about 3 steals a game, which led to the girls taking the win 42-27. This being their rec night, the boys were looking forward to showing off their skills for our younger Hanahan athletes. Right from the start, Justin Madero tips the ball to Matthew Kane, who passes it to Jackson Wilbur, who throws a high pass to Jonah Auchenthaler, who goes up and scores. Here, Jackson drives down court, who passes it off to Jonah, who then passes it to Matt, who fights his way to the rim for a layup. The boys fall to another region rival, 50-33. Earlier this week, our wrestlers traveled all the way to Battery Creek for their region duels to see who will take the title of region champs. The boys finished with 1 win against North Charleston and 3 losses against Battery Creek, Beaufort, and Philip Simmons, coming out 4th overall and qualifying for Lower State. Now that we know what went down this week, let's check out what's coming up. Tonight is a busy night for sports. Starting out with basketball, our teams will be traveling across town to North Charleston for round 2. As for wrestling, they will be at Philip Simmons today for a pep rally match against the Iron Horses. If you can't make it tonight, you've got another chance to see the basketball teams in action as they take on Battery Creek at home on Tuesday. Our wrestlers will be on the road again on Wednesday, going to Philip Simmons for their Region Individuals Tournament, where they will be personally competing for a spot at Lower State. And finally, don't forget to stay up to date with all our Hawk sports, plus you can get all your tickets and stats at hawkathletics.net. That's all the sports for you this week. Now, back to you, Molly, in the studio. Thanks, Veda. Last week, we reminded you seniors to vote on your senior superlatives. But this week, Andy and Andy wanted to see who the teachers would vote for if they had teacher superlatives. Here's the latest edition of my favorite segment, Andy and Andy.
Hello there. I was looking through last year's yearbook and I realized something's missing. So we all know about senior superlatives, right? But what about staff superlatives? Welcome to this week's edition of Andy and Andy, where I went around and asked the staff what they think about their fellow coworkers. Let's go. So starting off with staff clown, who do you think is the funniest?
Smits. 100% Smits. Staff clown, Smits.
Schaffler.
Probably Smits.
Mr. Taylor.
So what about best smile?
Mr. Hart.
Dimart.
Hey, who has the best smile of the staff?
Miss Davis.
Miss Poozer.
All right, what about most dramatic?
Mr. Sweeney.
Mr. Hart.
Most dramatic is right there, Miss Roberts, Dr. Roberts.
Schaffler.
Oh, can I take back my last one? Most dramatic is Miss Dimart.
Most likely to become famous?
Bremer.
Oh, not Mr. Hart. Mr. Schaffler.
Mr. Hines.
Oh, me, definitely.
What about most likely to become a billionaire?
Miss Bailey.
Me.
Mr. Hines. Me.
Once again, that's me.
Definitely not Mr. Hart.
Best dressed? Me.
Miss Poozer.
Mr. Lau.
That's me again. My God, I'm on a roll. Yes.
And then what about most athletic? Me.
Bachman. Oh, Miss Bailey.
Me. Best athlete in the school right here.
Well, you guys have some very interesting choices. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this special edition of Andy and Andy, and now let's send it back over to Molly in the studio.
Thanks, Andrew. I know I'm following HEV on social media, but are you? You can find us anytime, 24/7 on our socials. Make sure you're following us on the gram. Subscribe to us on YouTube so you can watch this show and all of our others while you're on the go. HEV is on TikTok too. Finally, make sure you join our HEV Schoology class. The code is there on the screen. Also, make sure you check out our 2 HEV podcasts, On the Hill with Kayvon Rivera and CNC's The Draft. You can find both of these amazing podcasts on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Music. Well, that's all we have for you this week, Hawks. From all of us here at Hawks Eye View, I'm Molly Ducker, and we hope you have an amazing week in Hanahan.